guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. Rather than pre-planning out a lesson for you, I thought we could all flow along together. So this is my own self-practice that I'll be filming. I have to admit I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing today, which could be a bit of a risk, filming that without a bit of a plan, but it gives you a bit of an insight into how I personally practice rather than just how I teach. I'll kind of chat through as I'm flowing along so that you get a sense of what I'm doing and you don't have to watch the video the whole time, but it'll be definitely less informed or less, I'll cue you through less than say I would in a normal class. So I hope you enjoy, a little bit different, but yeah, bit of an insight. Enjoy the class. In pretty much all of my own practices, I think it's really helpful to take a few minutes to settle in. And sometimes that's meditation or breath work. I think today I'm just going to take a few moments just to ease my way in. Before I take any deliberate movements, full cat and cow, I'm just swaying. Just feeling that motion on my all fours position. Slowly exaggerating, feeling where's a little bit stiff, where I want to wriggle into. Just slowly starting to get my breath in check, starting to constrict the back of the throat, drawing in with my inhales, out with my exhales, both through the nose. Few little clicks in various joints as I start off, just whilst everything's been sat down for a while. Gentle roll back onto the ground. Always feels quite nice to roll out my leg around that hip socket, the acetabulum. In the last few days I've really been enjoying taking a bit of a stretch by drawing the right knee towards the left. Not so much that the hip lifts up, but just enough to feel all the way through here. Deep. Bringing out a bit of a stretch. And feeling that back on the other side. Rolling back upright. Untangling, bringing myself back into my all fours and then straight up to downward dog. And just like in my all fours, I'm taking a moment to wriggle my way in. And just like bending that right leg. I'm just shifting my hips towards the right as well, taking a moment to draw out a bit of a side stretch, a bit of a sensation down the left side of the body, and then switching, left leg bends, right leg straightens, hips move to the left, and I'll just speed that up a little bit. Going to ripple forwards into my plank, back into my exhale, downward dog. And my right wrist is still clicking, so I'm giving it a moment to warm it up. Inhaling forwards, exhaling back. Fingertips to the side, shoulders swaying to the side. And then just coming up onto the fists, just changing the direction that my wrists are pointing, my hands are pointing. Rolling through. See if that makes a difference. Back to my downward dog. Inhaling forwards. Still a click. I'll just be mindful of that today. Down onto the knees, lowering all the way down. Soft back bend to start me off. Arms moving forwards and wide. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhaling back to plank. Full chaturanga this time. Stepping forwards, lowering down, full ragdoll, bending the knees. So I've used this first few minutes as a little bit of a check-in. I've noticed there's a lot of joints clicking today, and this ankle doesn't feel like it wants to go for too many rolls back and forwards in my vinyasas. So I'm just going to be mindful of that today. Not overstress those parts of the body. Inhaling, rolling up. I'm a little bit tight for space today because I'm filming, so I might just have to step back a few points. Sun salutation A. Inhaling to lift halfway. Exhale, hands frame, step back, lower through. Breathe in your downward dog. Straight back down, exhaling. Exhale back to the top of the mat. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling, folding. All the way up, inhale. And straight back down to exhale. Landing with soft arms as I hop back. Inhaling, upward dog. Today I'm stepping rather than rolling over the toes, just because my ankle's not feeling it today. Little hop to the top, exhaling back down to fold, inhaling to lift. And exhaling, taking a pause in my mountain pose. Just going to adjust my mat. A little bit more room to play with. Inhaling. Exhaling. Halfway lift. Hopping or stepping if you prefer. Upward dog. And downward dog. Three-legged dog, reaching my right leg. Playing around with the left toes. Dropping the heel back down. And that right foot's going to step forwards. And I'll inhale. Legs straightening, opening, exhaling. Inhaling, keeping the front leg bent, my arms coming back up. Exhaling, softening through the shoulders. Bend in the back leg. Re-straightening up the tuck of the tailbone. Exhaling. Hands frame the foot. Stepping back. I'm going to go for a three-legged chaturanga this time. Right leg floating. Left side leading with the heel as the left leg lifts. Playing around with the right tiptoes. Rising and falling. Exhale and left foot through between the hands. Inhale, rising all the way up, leg straightens. Exhale, leg bends, arms open, chest lifts. Inhaling, closing the ribcage in, bringing the arms back up to straight. Getting that tailbone nicely tucked in. And exhale, hands down to the ground, finding that vinyasa. Pressing the ground away. Getting warm, removing layers. Back to downward dog straight away. Inhaling, right leg lifts. Exhale, straight away it comes through. Back knee drops down this time. Inhaling. Lifting up, arms interlace. Shoulders squeeze together. Releasing the arms, inhaling up. Exhaling down, toe tucks under. Back knee lifts, reaching the right arm into a twist. Exhale, hand comes down, straighten the front leg. Nice flat back here. Rebending. And stepping back. Plank and flow. Left side. Straight into the lunge. I'm just switching the interlace on my fingertips, so I'm always trying to do it with a different side each time I switch sides. So now my left index finger is on top, so my less dominant hand. Inhaling, arms reaching. Exhaling. Back leg lifts, twisting to the left. Exhaling down. Front leg straightens. Rebending, stepping back and flowing. Planting the hands a bit more firmly, inhaling onto my tiptoes, exhaling, knees bent. And then I'm going to hop to the top where you can step. Inhaling to stand. Exhaling. Raising the right knee. Stepping back, or bending back. One-legged curtsy lunge with a hover. Back, right knee lifts again. Transferring my weight. Stepping back, so I'm starting on the left side here, a little bit out of the norm. Warrior two, left leg is front. Settling into it with my breath. Slowly coming towards stillness. Inhaling, reversing. Exhale, side angle, keeping it high for this first one. I'll be coming back to this pose later. Warrior two. Straighten the front leg, bend in the back leg into a high Skandasana, high low lunge, high side lunge even. And stepping all the way back forwards. Exhaling down. Reconnecting to my mountain pose. Inhaling left leg. Exhaling, drawing that foot back. Curtsy lunge, trying to keep the foot hovering. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, right-legged. Warrior two. Inhaling, reversing once again. Exhaling, side angle. Inhaling. High Skandasana, left leg bends. Leaping forwards, or almost. And exhaling back down. Straight away into a flow, arms reach up, inhale. Exhaling. Halfway lift. I'm going for a hop. Right leg lifts high, exhale. Take it through, so we're starting on the right side as usual this time. Back, heel grounds, inhaling. Warrior two. Inhaling. Exhaling, deeper side angle. I'm taking the bind here. And then I'm going to try with Bird of Paradise. So you'll see how wobbly I am here. Finding my way back to bound side angle, and then a normal side angle. Then exhaling, both hands down onto the ground, back heel lifts back off. I'm just going to take my right knee to the side, a little bit more room. Slight circle through the back left heel, creating some space around the hip. Slight lift through the hips, snuggling the shoulder under. The shoulder's nowhere near the knee. Just keep dropping the head. I'm finding some free hands in my high lizard. Taking a bind. Hands come back onto the ground. Might just play around with my arm balances here. And then stepping or hopping back. Resetting. I don't tend to take that many child's poses in my own practice. At least not in a practice like this. Just because I'm going at a speed that feels right for me. If I was taking a slower, deeper practice, I might pop a lot of child poses in. But today, I'm just going at a pace that feels good for me. As it is, left leg lifts. Comes through. Warrior two. Inhaling. And exhaling, side angle. So I'm going through a few of my own personal preferences on variations with these poses. If you're following along with me, don't feel like you have to do the exact same variations. There might be one you prefer. Finding my bird of paradise if I can. It's definitely a lot wobblier practicing on carpet rather than hard studio floor. Returning to side angle. Exhaling, both hands down. Shimmying the left foot out. Lifting up for a high lizard. Exhaling to bend the arms, lower the shoulders. Dropping the head. Getting the shoulder underneath the knee. Just drawing the hips back together so they're not shooting to the left. Hands back down. Don't think a balance is going to happen on this side. Ooh. No, that's about as far as we're going to get. Flowing through, inhaling. Exhaling. Right leg lifts, bringing it through, warrior one this time. Right arm's going to drop away, left arm bends down, interlacing the fingertips behind my back, cow face arms. Breathing into my warrior one with this bound arm position. Just keeping an eye on that mantelpiece because I'm going to transfer my weight forwards now. Might just step the foot in. So I can come into warrior three without hitting my head. Keeping the bound arms if you've got them and you can. Releasing if you need to. Releasing the hands out, get a little bit of a stretch. Releasing them onto the ground. I might just try a variation on a vinyasa flow. So there's a lot of play in my poses and my flow. A lot of things I don't necessarily get right, but I'm going to keep having a go. It's what keeps it fun for me, as well as challenging. Left side. Right foot grounds, inhaling up. That's where I spend so much time adjusting my feet in warrior one. This time, left arm's going to reach around and behind. Right arm drops straight back. Find the bind on that other side. Still getting strong warrior one. Making my way for my warrior three. Trying to get that T shape with the body. the arms taken onto the ground. You might find it nice to pop a standing split in here. I'm going to try that little vinyasa variation. Try again. Yes. I'm just going to run through a few vinyasas. Inhaling, rippling forwards. Exhaling, lowering really slowly. Inhale halfway. Exhale, lowering a bit more. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling. I'll do that again. Inhaling to plank. 2 breaths to lower. Definitely still feeling a little bit clicky today, I'm not sure why. I'm not double jointed or anything, so I don't normally get that many clicks. Right leg rises and exhaling through between the hands. Back foot drops down. I'm going to come straight into my side angle now. And whilst we're here, I may as well see how my half moon pose is feeling today. A bit different with the plant in front of my face. Coming back into side angle, inhaling straight up to warrior 2, keeping the hips open. Inhale into reverse, and then I'm going to go straight into an exhale, into vinyasa on my exhale. Left side. Exhaling, feet between the hands. Inhaling, side angle straight away. Feel like I'm even closer to the wall on this side. Half moon. Feeling wobbly today. Side angle. Inhaling, warrior 2. Reversing and then flowing. Right leg comes maybe a little bit behind the hands. Straight leg, back heel on the ground. Pyramid pose. Inhale to lift halfway. When you're ready, right arm will lift, squeezing inner thighs together for a vault triangle. Exhaling down. Interlacing my hands behind the back. Reverse prayer. Refinding that pyramid. Hands release back. And flow. Left side. Pyramid, hands on the ground to start. Inhaling halfway. Reorganizing the hands. Inhaling to lift and twist. Coming back down, resetting, and then finding that reverse prayer, or grabbing of the elbows or the wrists. And releasing and flowing. I'm going to come back into a sense of playfulness, kind of hop my way up to the top, seeing how high I can get my hips into the air. Inhaling tiptoes, exhaling to bend the knees. Let's do another one. Ooh. I think the second one was the best. Inhaling, rising up. Inhaling, reaching up high. Exhaling, I'm going to go straight back down. Find my way to a downward dog. Right leg rises. Footsteps in between the hands. Inhaling. Standing split. Left femur plugs in, drawing the foot down, sweeping it through. Coming into pistol, single-legged squat. Lowering down. And coming down onto the ground. Right knee drops. Janu Shirshasana. Head to knee pose, single-legged forward fold. Also known as the pose that makes you realise just how much you need to get a pedicure. Inhaling, lifting. Taking the right foot across the left knee. Half Lord of the Fishes, bringing the left foot in near the right hip. Inhaling. Exhaling, twisting around to the right. Inhaling all the way back around. Releasing the left leg, untangling the right. And then coming out the same way came in. Oh, I can never do a proper standing pistol squat. Return into downward dog. Left leg rises, foot steps through, inhale, standing split, finding that stretch for a moment before the right femur plugs close to the hip socket so the foot hovers as it straightens and floats by the left, sorry. Pistol squat on the other side. Dropping back. Inhaling, lifting the chest with left knee drops. Exhaling, folding forwards. Inhaling back up, drawing the knee in, half Lord of Fishes on the other side. Inhaling to prepare, exhaling, twisting around. Inhaling back around. Right leg extends, left ready to come back into that pistol squat or cheetah if you're me. Lift it up. Stepping back, blowing through. And this time I'm going to hop my way into seated. You can always drop one knee down and then the other and get seated from there. Ooh, not quite so controlled as I was hoping. Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose, butterfly pose. if I can say my words. Just taking the feet a little bit looser here. So I've given myself quite a generous diamond shape here. In fact, I've just taken it a little bit wider as I've shifted. Starting to fold down, just resting onto the forearms. And then I'll engineer away. Get my hands underneath the legs. Fold a little bit deeper. And I might start to take the hands around behind me, and I'm never elegant at doing this. And then if there was someone here, I'd ask for them to put their hands between my shoulder blades and just encourage me a little bit deeper, because I usually find I need an assist to get deeper into turtle pose. Inhaling, releasing off, taking the hands behind, a little bit of a gap between the feet, windscreen wipering. Inhaling to reverse tabletop. Exhaling down. Shimmy slightly backwards and then go roll up and down until I come into seated. In fact, from seated I'm going to use my momentum to come all the way up, like this, straight into a forward fold. Heel toe the feet about mat distance apart, maybe a little bit wider actually. Drawing the shoulders underneath me like I did in that lizard pose earlier. Chaturanga with the arms. Starting with feet interlaced around one another as I hover. And then I'm going to try and see if I can go into full fire fly by extending the legs. There's a bench in my way. And then that's as close as a lift into handstand as I'm going to get today. Heel turn the feet back in. Lowering, low squat. Seeing how much I can keep the heels on the ground. And then rolling straight back. Left leg extends, right leg hugs in. A little bit of a gap between the foot and the knee. Maybe a fist distance. Right arm reaches, inhaling. Exhaling, folding, reaching that hand forwards if I was going to shake someone's hand. And I'm going to see if I want to get towards a bind today by wrapping the arm around the right leg, left arm behind. Coming all the way back up. And then just swapping straight onto the other side. Reaching up, exhaling that leg back down. And I might come back to this pose later on, maybe after my proper practice, just to play around with elephant pose and 8-angle pose, so both arm balances. But I think for now I'm ready to go on to more stretching lower body poses, so rolling down vertebrae at a time. Releasing onto the ground. Hugging that right leg in again. Standing up. Coming into a hamstring stretch. Keeping the shoulder blades as close or as much on the ground as I can. So I've not actually done the splits since I pulled my hamstring a little bit back in May from doing too many splits. So at the moment this is the closest as I've been really getting to going into them. I just want to really take my time before going back into doing splits on the regular again. Just because I've pulled them before, so I have no desire to rush into it really. I'm quite happy getting hamstring stretches just from poses like this. From here I'm just going straight into happy baby or half happy baby. Getting a bit of an opening through the hip, drawing that knee down towards my armpit, making sure my ankle is directly over the knee. So not trying to have the foot collapse in or down. And then releasing off, swapping sides, left leg hugs in. Standing up, walking the hands. This is actually my bendier side. I think most people, their left side is their stiffer side, but my left leg is both stronger and more flexible. So this is the leg I kick up to my handstands in. This is the leg I will always go to for doing any demonstrating or yoga poses, yoga photos. Which really we should treat both sides equally, but it's very easy to favour the side that behaves better, performs better. Half happy baby. Releasing. Knees hugging in. Loose ball circling around. Popping the hands onto the knees, taking the knees apart and around. Working back into the hip as well as the back here. Rolling up, crossing the ankles. I'm going to hop straight back. Reaching away. Right foot comes forwards and wide, turning the toes out. Inhaling, low lunge, Angiasana lunge. Dropping the left hand down, so opening up into the right side. Hands come back down underneath the shoulders, back toe tucks, lift back to hover in plank, Downward dog, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee comes forward, straight into a pigeon. Kind of always and ah about whether I should teach pigeon in classes with mixed ability, just because it's quite easy to ignore your hips being super high and compensate by twisting the knee. And it's never fun to have a teacher tell you that you need to come out and do a different pose, but it's also what I really enjoy doing, and I know a lot of my students enjoy doing, so it's always a dilemma. Essential things are front foot is flexed. If you feel like your hip's so high that it's trying to twist and drop to the side, then you should either pop a brick under it or maybe even embrace that drop onto the side, bend the back knee and lean towards the left side. Now that I've set up, either with the hands on the ground or floating, inhale to lower, exhale to squeeze up. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling this time all the way into sleeping pigeon. Coming back out, back toes tuck under, lifting, and then dropping the right foot behind the left heel to stretch, and then swapping sides. Breathing into on this side. Resetting, left leg lifts, taking it forwards and wide for your low lunge, toes turn out to the side. Back knee drops, inhaling, lifting up, exhaling, sinking into the hips. Hand comes down, pressing into the knee, if there's room for a twist. It's more of an opening than a twist, really. Taking that hand back down onto the ground, toes tuck under, hovering, inhaling, three-legged dog, taking the foot forwards and down, pigeon, once again, settling in, drawing the torso forwards, the hips as close to forwards as they want to go. Hands come free or rest onto the ground. Inhaling to lower. Exhaling, squeezing the bottom muscle to help you lift. Inhaling, all of the bottom muscles really. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhale, releasing. Inhaling to come all the way back out. Returning to your downward dog. Left toes behind the right just to even out. And then right toes behind the left. Dropping down. And lowering. pretty much neglected back bends in today's practice, just the way our focus has been. This is the definite advantage of 90-minute practices, is being able to fit it all in. Just going to take one bridge. Inhaling to prepare. Exhaling, squeezing through the bottom, lifting the hips up. Exhaling, lowering. And hug the knees into the chest. Arms go out wide or into a T position if you're a little bit short on space. Knees drop to the right hand side. Turning the head to the left to twist. Inhaling back up. Exhaling to the other side. Inhaling back up again. And getting ready for your Shavasana. So I'm going to end the video about here so I can just finish off my own practice and take my own Shavasana. Plus I think the camera might be about to die, so. But I hope you enjoyed today's practice. It was something a little bit different and it kind of made me feel like my hour went past at a bit of a different speed to how it normally does. I really enjoyed that. So if you like this slightly different style of come and flow with me, come and practice with me style video, then definitely give this video a like. Let me know how you found it and don't forget to subscribe. Enjoy your Shavasana, enjoy your rest. I'll see you next time. Namaste.